Good afternoon. It's the Too Much Debt Podcast. My name is Dave. Welcome to the show. I'm hosting. You guys are letting me host, man. You done fucked up now.
You posted all of these.
See, you're on your cosmic bullshit. Dillon's here.
Get ready for the first ever in the history of podcasting live review of the Cosmic Vibe flavor of Celsius.
I wish I still had
which
mine.
is Sparkling Fruit Punch Edition. And there are cherries on the can, so it's going to be a hint of cherry in this, Dave.
It's more than a hint, let me tell you.
Let's go. Here we go. Ready? Oh, buddy, that's good. Now, that's good Celsius.
What would you compare it to?
The flavor?
He's going back for another.
It kind of stands on its own. It doesn't compare to anything. It's really good, actually. I'm pleasantly
10
surprised.
toes. Standing on business, huh?
Yeah. Celsius is always standing on business, in my opinion, Davey. That's good.
Well,
Plus, Cosmic Vibe, cool name, cool can.
There's also...
out of this world.
So they have a cosmic vibe. They also have an astro vibe. Yes.
Well, we hate the Astros around here.
Right. I think it's not connected.
Okay. What is what are the notes in that one?
That is it says Blue Riz on the can.
Riz or Raz?
Blue Riz.
Riz. What is that?
I don't know. It's up for interpretation.
W Riz.
Right.
Can you do your best NFT, Nick? That's good for that.
That's good.
Oh, God.
That's good.
You got to
How's
have
that?
the signature shades.
That's good.
God. KJ's not here today. He's out. So filling in admirably will be producer Randy.
Hi, Dave.
Ready to talk all things Purdue basketball, who are still, much to his surprise, in the tournament.
Hey, they're somehow still there.
I'm sad about my
I'm
Bears.
happy about it.
I'm sad about my Bears, but I'm happy for my Boilermakers, y'all.
That's right. We are an hour Boilermaker podcast.
We got a big one against them Zags.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, ready beat them. Ready beat them in Hawaii.
We already beat them.
In Hawaii, beat them.
Stupid. Stupid. Cool, Randy. Well, you made the most of that. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to talk some stuff. Mainly, we're going to do a little Ohtani. I don't know if you've seen that. You guys been following this Ohtani stuff?
I have been.
We're going to do a little Mulkey. We're going to do a little tournament. We got some breaking news in the college world. But we're going to start. And Dillon doesn't know this yet. I'm about to surprise him. He's going to give his first ever knee-jerk reaction to Roadhouse.
Yes, I
The
watched
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Conor McGregor.
call him McGregor.
I watched Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse, not the. I have seen the original with Patrick Swayze, where he ripped that dude's neck out,
Classic.
ripped his throat.
It's pretty
Which
graphic
is a
scene.
move you don't see very often.
Not enough, honestly.
There was no throat ripping in this movie. However, there was a throat punch that killed a guy. One punch. Spoiler. You guys, look, there'll give some spoilers in here, folks. All right.
Yeah, hey, mash that button like 5 times and you'll be good.
In entertaining, look, it's free on Prime. Like it's worth the hour 45, however long it was. It's worth it. It's entertaining. Jake Gyllenhaal is eye candy. That's enough to tune in on its own. He's a very good-looking man, and he's in incredible shape in this movie. Hot dude.
Is there any gratuitous workout scenes where he's just shirtless pumping?
There's one workout scene. He's on a like a little boat. He's working out on the deck of the boat, and he's doing his ab workout, and his abs are just diced. Yeah, but it's quick. Look, it's a low-budget movie. I don't know if you guys put that together.
That's strange.
It's low. I'm kind of surprised Jake Gyllenhaal's agreed to do this movie. Honestly, it's low budget. He's the only real name actor in the movie.
So there's another dude I recognize from the preview. Post Malone's in it.
Oh,
What?
you know who else is in it? Is Dillon from the first season of White Lotus, the kid who hooks up with Armand. He's also in the movie.
Okay. I recognize Arturo Castro from The Menu. He was one of the assholes sitting at a table. I see. Oh, our friend Bob Menery's in it.
Bob Menery is in it. Yeah, he gets his fingers broken by Jake Gyllenhaal's character.
And other than that,
Bob Menery did an okay job.
okay.
Conor McGregor also did a decent acting job, but I think they just told him to just act like his usual self because he was just an unhinged meathead, wants to fight everyone character, and he played it really well. the fighting in this movie. There's a lot of fighting, as you can probably imagine, like a lot of it, and they're pretty good fight scenes. But it's an okay flick, man. It's worth a couple hours of your day.
Who is like who is there any like there's not a better way to say it. Is there any hot pieces of ass other than Jake?
There is an attractive young lady that he has a little fling with.
Mm,
Yeah.
nice.
No nudity. Sorry to disappoint you, David.
No back shots.
No back shots, no nudity.
What, Randy?
Also,
Grow up, man.
it's okay. So like there's scenes where like these guys are hired to like go kill Jake Gyllenhaal's character.
Hitman.
They show up and like no one has any weapons on them. They just like, all right, we're just gonna beat this guy to death.
Big mistake.
Like just bring a gun one time and the whole show, the whole movie's done. Like he's dead. But everyone just used their fist for everything. It's just
Everything?
It's just fist fights, David.
Sounds like the future liberals want. No guns.
So like they send these guys to kill Gyllenhaal, and then afterward, like, did you get the job done? They're like, no, he actually just beat everyone's ass. It's like, okay, well, why didn't you bring a Thule next time?
Yeah.
But they don't do that. They don't
There's a
use
number of
weapons.
weapons they could have brought. I haven't seen it, but there's a number of weapons they could have brought to the fight that would have ended it fairly quickly.
He does get stabbed early on in the movie, and then at the end in the big fight scene with McGregor at the end, he gets stabbed again with like a wood shank, basically.
You didn't tell me Captain Stabbin was in this.
But then he pulls the wood out of his side and stabs it he stabs McGregor. And then he pulls another. He stabs him again, and then he pulls each of them out and stabs him. It's pretty badass, honestly, the way he finishes McGregor off.
Yeah.
I just spoiled it, obviously. Like I told you, there are gonna be spoilers in this bitch. But anyway, it's like, oh shit, well, I'm fucking playing. Just blood everywhere, and
So there's no nudity.
there's no nudity, unless I just passed out during a nude scene. But I don't think I did.
Any scantily clad people? Like thong underwear?
I don't.
I'm just asking.
Oh, actually, there is nudity. You see Conor McGregor's ass,
Okay.
big time ass shot from McGregor when he makes his debut on set. He's naked. You see him from behind.
So he's the main bad guy. He's the villain?
There are a few villains throughout. He's the guy they hire to finally finish the job near the end of the movie because he's Conor McGregor and no one can beat his ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But you've seen the clips on the TL of McGregor filming the movie at the UFC at an actual UFC fight.
Yeah. And
That's in this.
all I know is like, so at one point in this this character, Jake Gyllenhaal's character's UFC career, he fights a guy, and then after the fight, like he continues to beat him. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Does that get him kicked out?
So they were friends. The guy who fought, they were friends, and he should have stopped punching him, but he kept punching him, and it killed him. And so he lives with the guilt. And at one point during the movie, he's like, I got to leave this town because I'm scared. Turns out he wasn't scared of what with people coming at him. He was scared of what he would do if he was pushed too far. And that is, he gets extremely violent.
He's scared of himself.
He's scared of himself.
Sounds like he's got some demons.
But again, hot dude.
Wait, so it was his friend he was fighting. Did it say why he just continued to punch him after the fight?
He said he just got too angry. He said once he says, I don't get angry often, but when I do, it's like, it's a bad place to be.
See, this could all be avoided if the UFC just started kiss fighting.
I agree. Which is my number one complaint with MMA at UFC is that
Not enough kissing.
they get knocked out and they hit the mat. And the guy just gets on and starts hammer punching his skull in. It's like, man, he's out.
Yeah, the referee has a tough job.
It is a tough
People like to
job.
bag on Herb Dean, but you're balancing the crowd's need for blood versus the fighter's safety.
Yeah.
You don't want to stop a fight too soon. Do you want to let the fighter go out on his sword?
This is gas.
It's so fucking good.
This is good.
Cosmic vibes.
I'm referring to the Celsius again for those who aren't watching it via YouTube. The miracle of YouTube.
Yeah. It tastes like the Kool-Aid man just breaks through the wall. And you're like, oh shit. And then he just fucking absolutely blasts you
Yeah.
in the face.
What like his fist?
just hit you with a blast of fruit punch Kool-Aid. It's
Yeah.
so good.
It is.
We're not sponsored by Celsius. I want people to know that. What we do at Wash Media in general, we're really good at we find something we like and we have like this vision of like them one day sponsoring the show. So we'll just like absolutely just jay them off until they do, but oftentimes they don't. Instead, what we do is we just give them a ton of pub. Not that Celsius needs us.
Bunch of free pub.
We've been in on Celsius for years.
We have, yeah.
Our biz dev guy he's actually not even in the office right now. He's in rehab for Celsius addiction.
Yeah.
Crippling addiction.
They have like their own cooler in a lot of convenience stores now. That's how popular they are.
One day we'll have one here.
That would be amazing.
Hey, did you see the Jerry Jones interview? Or at least the image that people are going to town on?
I saw the image.
Randy, can you pull that up? This was funny. This was a surprise. First of all, like not even looking at his notepad, which is just scribbled jarble,
He's
whatever.
looking really old.
It's just a weird posture to sit in. I know he's very old, but does this not look a little photoshopped?
Flirting with bag of bones territory.
He is. Can you zoom in on that notepad, Randy? I should have premised or warned you for that.
When you say zoom in, Randy's head just kind of buckles a little bit. He has a hard time with
I'm
it.
sorry.
I forgot
All time terrible producer. I also did not set today's circling back as a premiere, so we're having some fun with that. There you go, zoomed in.
Okay.
You think he's taking some good notes on the NFL yellow notepad?
Oh yeah, all the draft notes are right there.
I like to think
Plain
he's
deal.
drawing up plays.
Yeah. And hopefully he scratched through a couple of them, or else that's a lot of movement.
Well, you don't want to show your hand,
Right.
and there's a lot of cameras around, so of course he like to scribble them out. I think he's being unfairly joked about and targeted here. I like that he still has to have a little name tag with a photo and a little lanyard, but I think I saw that the Cowboys have spent the lowest of any team, the least amount of any team in free agency. Just a little fun fact for you.
Don't love it.
People were having fun with this. Like, this is my owner. They were doing the this is my owner. We're going to jail. Yeah, it's not looking good. Zoom back out. I do like the coat he's wearing.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
That's classic rich guy coat.
That really is. Like, if I had a coat like that, I would wear it for like formal occasions. He can just wear that on like a Monday.
Yeah, that's his scribble notes.
And his head
coat.
looks incredibly tiny, like a Beetlejuice character.
Man, he does look so old, doesn't he?
Did you see they're doing a Beetlejuice sequel?
I did see that.
Pretty in on that.
I'm in on that too.
Before we get into it today, I want to get a big shout out there to our good friends at FitBod. Whether you're a seasoned gym goer or just starting your fitness journey, FitBod will push you to make progress. Dillon is a FitBod proponent, clearly.
Fitbod is fantastic. They will tailor your workouts for your workout environment and also for your desired results. Maybe you want to, trim up for pool season and you can only work out in your house because you don't have access to a gym. They will tailor your workouts for you.
It's fantastic. Like Dillon said, a personalized workout routine based on your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. And FitBod adapts as you improve. So each workout will be challenging and push you to make progress. Look, if your muscles aren't getting confused anymore, if they completely understand what's getting thrown at them, they won't adapt. They won't grow.
Don't let them know what's next.
Well, FitBod, they help you with that. They're going to confuse them, and they track your muscle recovery so you can avoid burnout and keep up your momentum. Fine-tuned by experienced certified personal trainers to bring best practices and exercise science to you. Learn new movements the right way with over 1,000 demonstration videos. You ever watch any of those videos?
Of course I have.
You have to. You want to have good form when you work out. So add FitBod to your workout essentials. Join FitBod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app free at fitbod.me/bang. That's fitbod.me/bang for 25% off your subscription or try the app free at fitbod.me/bang.
Ohtani?
I think Ohtani might be speaking right now. So he's not taking questions, but he is doing a press conference. Of course, it dropped end of last week. That my man's Ohtani and his translator in a little bit of a hot water mess. The translator has been fired and potentially thrown under the bus here. Where do we begin?
Yeah. So the story that they're trying to sell you, they being the Ohtani camp, is that the translator was the one placing these bets. He was the one with the gambling problem. And Ohtani was just the kind friend who was paying off his debts for him.
Right.
And we're talking a lot of money. We're talking it totals in the millions, I believe.
Yeah, and that was the translator's story with ESPN, and then he changed that story because it turns out you can't. Even if that was the case, that is still a crime for Ohtani
Yeah.
to pay off this guy's illegal debts.
Yeah. So the obvious question here is like, okay, is the translator really the one with the gambling problem? Or is it Ohtani himself who has the means to throw around millions of dollars gambling on sports? And then we were made aware of this trend on Twitter. Someone put together a list of games, and I guess this guy cross-referenced betting slips with the actual games in which Ohtani played.
This is Timmy Smokes on Twitter.
Have we verified this information?
So I've done a little bit of verification. I have not seen anyone's. I haven't seen anybody say this is bullshit, but if true, big, very big if true. But essentially, like Dillon said, he's cross-referencing betting slips with actual games that Ohtani was playing in. For example, his first tweet, July 22nd, 2022, a bet of $1 million is placed for the Braves to score over 6.5 runs against the Angels, parlayed with the Braves minus 3.5. The bet was placed with a bookie in Shohei's hometown, and Ohtani was the pitcher that day. And let's see. Yeah, he was 0 for 3 at the plate, 2 strikeouts, and he gave up 6 earned runs. So the implication there is that he was potentially throwing games. That has not been verified. That is one guy on Twitter, and I'm looking and like no one I know is following this guy. He's got 1,300 followers. I don't know. Who knows what this guy's axe to grind is, but not important. Either way, like so Ohtani thing's really bad. And I'm all in for conspiracy theories because you could tell me that like Japanese mob, like Yakuza was involved in this and like that they owned Ohtani or the translator because like, why would he do this so brazenly?
I don't know. This is so bizarre to me. The chance that Ohtani is completely innocent of this is pretty close to zero, I would say.
Yeah. Agree.
Like he did something. Something is going on here. There are even instances this guy points out, or someone pointed out, where he would bet on the Angels over, and he went like 3 for 4. Like he was not that he can like intentionally turn it on to like, but
that'd be dope if he could.
He didn't throw. Like he clearly didn't throw the game.
Yeah.
So this just looks really, really bad.
Yeah.
I also saw that the MLB has decided not to investigate. Is there truth to that?
No. I think there's so the bookie has been arrested, and this has been part of like a year or two long investigation by the feds. So I don't know. Hold on, I'll try to find that. But no, this is a big deal. Like this isn't going anywhere. Very curious to see what statement he has, Randy. If you want to continue your production day and just keep us updated.
Sure.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how it plays out.
Is MLB investigating? Yes. On March 22nd, MLB announced that an investigation is underway.
Good.
They're gathering information. It's a bad deal. It's a really, really bad deal. Even like what's best case scenario for them is that actually, yes, Ohtani was the victim here, had no clue, which is what the interpreter changed his story to. That's another thing. How sloppy this all was.
Yeah.
The interpreter goes to ESPN or they interview him about it. And he says, he fucks up and he's like, yeah, Ohtani paid off my debts. Then he changes it like, no, actually, no. He had no clue.
And if this guy's information is correct, it points out that one of these games, I don't know if that's one you mentioned, he put a bet down. It was the Astros minus, so he bet on the Astros minus 1.5, also over 6.5 runs. In the game he pitched, he gave up, over 4.5 runs given up by Shohei. And this is a $10 million bet.
That's a lot of money.
$10 million. So clearly that's not a bet that his translator would be able to make on his own, right?
No.
Weird.
Best case is he was stealing the funds, which very curious to hear how they claimed that went down.
Yeah, there's just no way.
But the translator is saying that Ohtani had no knowledge. He never gambled on anything other than. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Okay. So the translator is claiming he never gambled on baseball and instead bet on international soccer, the NBA, the NFL, and college football, which that's kind of crazy. Like how in deep in gambling are you? Let's assume that that's accurate. That you're a Japanese translator, you're from Japan, and you're over here just betting college football.
Yeah.
Like, how familiar are you with college football?
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking in deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
This is probably
the obvious question is like, someone who makes so much money, like why risk it by gambling? But some people just are addicted to the thrill of it, I guess.
I know. That's why I kind of think, cocky Celsius sip mid-show. That's why I just kind of think that there might be somebody forcing him to do this, or there might be an element of organized crime. Because, like, what? Why? This is so brazen. This is some bookmaker, and they were doing it. If what I've heard is correct, they were doing it with Ohtani's name attached to it. So it wasn't even like they weren't doing it a third party through a third party, like shell companies, and they were doing it with Ohtani's name. Like, and I think I read that the bookmaker actually would tell people like, no, my book is good. Ohtani bets with me. Like, that's crazy. Even if he wasn't betting on baseball, that's still wild.
Yeah.
So
it looks like the translator is the fall guy here. I mean, that's what it looks like. That's not what they're claiming, obviously. But yeah, he might have had to just take one for the team.
It's
here.
giving fall guy.
Yeah.
Which,
absolutely.
hey, there's a lot of money in being the fall guy. So shout out to him. Man, what a fucking disaster for baseball. Does Major League Baseball have like the best scandals, like the best worst scandal, like between like steroids? I mean, so you had Pete Rose in the 70s, which obviously gambling that got him booted forever.
Well, even go back to the Black Sox.
A World Series was
World
fixed.
Series was fixed. MLB's got some god tier scandals.
Yeah,
banging the trash can.
Banging the trash can. That one
Yeah.
was hilarious. Shout out to Houston.
but this guy is, for it to be Ohtani, who seems to be like such a soft spoken, like we don't hear him speak much. Obviously, he speaks a different language, but
Yeah.
seems to be like a very just like down to earth. Like married, just as he pointed out, just a regular Japanese woman. Like he's just very like seemingly down to earth, soft spoken. Like I don't want to, be in the limelight. I just want to be
Yeah.
really, really good at baseball.
I just want to make a lot of money betting on baseball.
Yeah,
Oh man, what
Really
a fucking
strange.
story. Yeah, I don't think this has started yet. But he will not be taking questions. We may have noted that, but which makes sense.
oh yeah.
All the greats involved in scandals don't take questions.
A good time not to speak English.
Huge, huge. Awkward time for interpreters though. People are gonna be looking at you funny now.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to go from here? You want to talk about somebody else who's soft spoken? The great Kim Mulkey.
Let's talk Kim Mulkey.
Your fave.
Not a fan of Kim Mulkey's.
She's got a message for the Washington Post. Fake news. You think it was a good idea or a bad idea to do a little press conference addressing the yet to drop
I do
hit piece?
think that's an interesting and poor move by Kim Mulkey and her team, whoever decided to make that statement. I don't know why you would preemptively attack a publication before they even release anything on you. It kind of makes you look extra guilty, in my opinion.
That seems to be the general sentiment on Twitter. Now,
We don't even know what this is about yet.
we don't, and apparently it involves a lot of ex-players. There's a lot of negative things said about her.
There's plenty to be said that's negative.
My thought is that this actually isn't a bad move because I feel like everyone already has their mind made up about where they stand on Kim Mulkey. And this isn't going to change anyone
Yeah.
one way or the other.
I think she was already widely regarded as just being kind of a shit person.
Yeah.
You have the Brittany Griner stuff, of course.
Right.
There are a couple layers to that.
Before Brittany had been traded for the Merchant of Death, famously.
Yeah, she basically just didn't comment publicly about Brittany Griner, who was, to take it back, she was one of her players at Baylor.
Best player she's ever coached.
They won a national championship together.
Yes,
They won a
yes.
national championship
They
together.
put together a college basketball,
Yeah,
one of the best women's programs of all time.
when everyone was coming out of the woodwork, like speaking up on her behalf, saying like this is unjust, we need to get her home. She was quiet, and she was even asked about it point blank in a press conference. She was like, I choose not to comment on that. Kind of a weird move. There was also, when she was at Baylor, and this is in the book that Brittany Griner released, she was asked to keep her sexuality private and not to make it public while she was at Baylor, because Mulkey was afraid that it was going to affect recruiting. So she asked her and other players to keep their sexuality to themselves.
That's pretty hilarious. That's a hilariously dumb take,
Yeah.
by the way. That's
Yeah.
going to affect recruiting.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Weird. She's an interesting character. Defended Art Briles quite a bit.
Yeah.
She said, if anyone talks down to Baylor, punch him right in the face. I think it was almost a direct quote from her.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
And then when she left Baylor, she got crossways with the AD, and someone told me that it had to do with like she wanted to. I'm not kidding when I say like there was some report that she wanted a statue or something, like, and she wasn't feeling like she was getting enough attention at Baylor from the AD, and so she's at LSU, and she's obviously put together, like, they won the Natty last year.
She's a hell of a coach.
Still in it.
Yeah.
Still in it.
She's a good coach.
She's a really good basketball coach.
Not as good a human, apparently. I'm really curious what this article is going to say, if it even sees the light of day.
I would imagine Brittany Griner's a part of this.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to be, again, that would hold the most weight, because I
Yeah.
feel like she's the most notable player that she's coached up to this point.
Apparently, whoever's writing this article approached her 2 years ago, said, I'm writing this piece about you and I would like to get your comments. And she refused. That was 2 years ago. And recently, this reporter apparently was trying to get, like, kept reaching out, like, I want to give you a chance to comment on this. And she kept saying no, or didn't even respond. And then they apparently gave her a deadline, like 2 weeks or something. And that's when this shit started to hit the fan, and like started to leak that something would be written about her. And then she made some pretty aggressive comments in that press conference.
Yeah,
So,
I'm wondering like how bad it has to be for her to lose her job at LSU. I don't think there will be anything in there that will shock anyone. I think it will mainly be a confirmation.
yeah, because we already kind of know that she's an asshole.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what else could there be?
This would be like a hit piece dropping on Bob Knight.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
It's
like
like, yeah, we know.
yeah, we know. He choked a guy on camera at a practice. Like, we saw
Yeah.
that. We know he's
He threw a chair.
he's a domineering asshole.
He also threw a salad at the salad bar in Lubbock at the AD
Did he?
when he was coaching. Yeah, at what is that place? Place I used to go. Anyway, there's a salad bar, and he got into it with the AD, and I think there was a salad thrown or something. Which
Yeah.
that's not necessarily, that doesn't make you a bad guy. That just makes you hilarious.
Yeah.
So shout out to the late, the great Bob Knight. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm glad LSU's still in it. I hope they drop this thing this week. I need this to drop like today.
Yeah.
I need to comb through this.
It also bothers me the way she dresses for games. It's very much a look at me. She wears very loud, sparkly outfits all the time. I'm sure you're aware of that, but it's like,
I feel like that's old
Okay.
school women's basketball coach.
is it?
Yeah. She's very
Where's like boas on the sideline? and-
it fit, yeah, no, it is very showy. It is very look at me.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's a really, her career arc is really wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know. I couldn't tell you what makes her a good coach. If she's just like a great recruiter, or she's just real big on X's and O's.
I don't know.
I don't know.
She puts together some winners though.
Yeah. We could just stick with college basketball. Our Boilermakers are looking good.
Oh,
Randy, how we feeling, dude?
Feeling better. Feeling better after watching that last game. 106 points, most they've ever scored in a game. It was not good at first, but they
Ever?
did, but
Or in tournament?
in a tournament game, yeah.
In a tournament game or a Purdue
In
tournament
a Purdue tournament game.
game? Okay.
So,
Okay.
a little bit of Purdue history there, but yeah, no, they looked really good. We'll see. Going up against the Zags, Gonzaga.
Gonzaga, never won it all. Always there.
Not pronounced Gonzaga.
How
Don't
they
make that
not
mistake.
How they not won one?
Zags?
Yeah.
They always
That-
make runs.
Is that Mandela effect? If I'd asked you
haven't
before.
won?
No.
Yeah, but you think of them as like being a legit basketball program.
Which they are.
And they absolutely are. Have
They're-
what's the furthest they've gone?
They played Baylor in the Natty in 2021, and
Wow.
Baylor ran their shit.
Yeah. That Baylor team
That was the Drew Timmy team.
That Baylor team was stupid.
Purdue has also never
Damian
won
Mitchell.
one. So
What was that, little buddy?
Purdue has also never won one.
This is the year.
We'll see.
We're riding with the Purdues, the Purdukies.
The Portuguese.
Purdue, baby. Where's Will?
What are you willing here?
Should we get him in here to just do that? Yeah, Baylor, man. Clemson. That was Baylor looked like shit in the first half. Clemson hit everything. And then Baylor's down 15 in the second half last night. Get it to 2. Jacoby Walters, their freshman, who's like probably a one and done, 90% a one and done. Stud. He's got a chance to tie it up. Goes 0 for 2 at the line. That's fucking tough. Absolutely terrible moment. Texas had a chance to take down a former coach.
That was a weird game.
It was a really weird game.
Neither team could hit the broadside of a barn. There's nothing was falling on either side.
I started playing Rainbow Six because I thought it was done. It was like
It should have been done.
it looked done.
I was looking at Oakland on my screen. Tennessee, they should have run away with the game, but they just couldn't hit anything, and they let Texas sneak back in it in the second half, and not enough to grab the lead from Tennessee, who was definitely the better team. But yeah, Rick Barnes took down his old team, who by the way, Rodney Terry used to assistant for back in the day. He's been with Texas forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So no bad blood. They're probably
No, they're boys for sure.
That's good.
Yeah. So congrats to Rick Barnes. Tennessee's good. Their star, what's his last name? Like Connect.
I don't remember. It's really
He's
hard. There's too many.
he's
kids.
legit. He struggled in the first half. He couldn't. Nothing was falling for him. But that dude can play.
Yeah. I watched. So if you don't listen to Circling Back, I got my testicles removed Thursday.
Yeah, no more balls.
No more balls. No, I got a vasectomy, which it turns out you get to keep the balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Unbeknownst
was
to
a
us.
nice surprise.
I had no clue.
I thought I was walking out of there with just a man with a deflated sack, but no. So I basically was stuck at home outside of a few trips, a little t-ball with the kid. I watched more NCAA basketball than I've ever watched, even in like my days of like actually taking a Friday afternoon off and going with the boys to hoot. That's what we call Hooters.
The hoot.
Watched it, and I watched it sober. And I sat there and I took it all in. And my thoughts were not that different than a lot of people on Twitter right now. There's not a lot of names in the men's side. There's not a lot of star power, if you will. You're getting a lot of games that are unwatchable.
Yeah.
Even games that end up being close are like hard to watch because you're getting a lot of like classic college basketball, pass it around the perimeter, wait till the shot clock's down under like 8 seconds, and then drive to the basket, foul. And you're getting a lot of commercials because they are forcing in commercials like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in these close games at the end, dude, you're getting insane amount of commercials. So it is very difficult to watch. But I did watch
The first 2 rounds, that you can get some mismatches.
It
Some
makes
teams-
sense.
Some teams who are kind of just happy to be there and don't play great basketball.
Yeah, I mean, and you know,
16 now.
unless you're Purdue like last year, you're not losing to a 16 seed, right?
Right.
Or Virginia the year.
No, we're talking about Purdue though.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, this year's the year.
Yeah.
Our Boilermakers, baby.
Stop it.
We got to talk Oakland and Jack Golke, who became a household name.
You
Over
are
the
you're Golke's doppelganger.
Okay, I kind of see that, but
it's the hair.
which is what I don't want to hear because he has some. I have some power alleys. This dude has power.
His are a little worse,
power
but
alleys.
it's just the way his hair stands.
I know.
Y'all's
I know.
hair both is almost flat toppy.
I know. I know.
It's kind of
It's just what my hair does. I can't do much about it.
if he had a spray tan, it would be weird. It would be very
Yeah.
creepy.
He hit 10 of 23 pointers against Kentucky. He was just throwing them up.
Yeah,
He hit 10 of them.
that was pretty fun.
It was awesome.
I love a guy that like that's his role, and if they're not following, you're gonna keep shooting. I love that.
I love it when one of these guys who's like a relative nobody becomes a household name, like just like that.
You can say white guy who's 24.
White guy who's 24 and has no future in basketball beyond this.
Even he said it.
And then Twitter gets a hold of it. I forgot who it was, like a Bunky Perkins type of account. Said, "Oh, don't worry, guys, he's clean." And then did like a search of his name, Trill.
Yeah,
Search of his name, and then the N word.
he's a big Trill's a big Kentucky guy.
Okay,
That was great.
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, the Twitter joke is like when your team loses to like a guy like that, it's like this is what they do to Brock Cunningham. It's like
Yeah,
this guy's me working at fucking
Yeah.
Enterprise.
which is such a stupid comment.
It
to
is,
make,
but now it's
considering-
I think people now become aware of how dumb that is, and they're just like doing this like how dumb, like they're doubling down on it because it is such a bad bit.
he made a comment about like having no future in the NBA. Did you see that?
Brock Cunningham.
No. Jack Golke.
Yeah.
He goes, I know I'm not going to play in the NBA, but I can play with guys that are going to the NBA. I can play with them,
Yeah.
which is clearly true.
No,
'cause
I
Kentucky's
loved
got
his
talent.
quote after the Kentucky game.
Yeah,
It came off as confident, but he didn't sound like a dickhead.
yeah. But this guy's going to be selling cars in 6 months. Like, yeah, he's probably not going to the NBA. Like, not many guys are.
Maybe he goes to Greece. Maybe he goes overseas. That's a great living over there. Go over there and be the guy. You can run point guard. Go shoot three.
This dude, I don't remember the actual number, but it was single digits. He shot like 6 2-point shots all season. The dude just lives beyond the arc.
I love that.
Yeah, no layups.
See, that's what I hate about Baylor right now. Baylor doesn't like bigger programs. Programs have been successful. They don't have that guy. Like that dude is reserved for programs I feel like that are lesser known. Like they have to have a dude. Maybe he's off the bench, but that's all he does.
Yeah,
He's often a 24-year-old white guy
yeah,
with power alleys and a flat top.
yeah. That's him.
Oh, I love it. Did you watch any of that Houston game? Houston A&M last night?
I didn't catch that game.
Houston absolutely beefed it. Like they ended up winning in overtime, but that lead, that double-digit lead went away so fast in the last couple minutes. And the classic A&M's got the ball with, like what was it, under 2 seconds. Like you foul, right? You're up 3, so you foul, so they have to shoot 2 free throws and can't tie it on a 3. They didn't, and dude makes it from the top of the key and forces overtime where Houston turned it on. But I watched quite weirdly, like Baylor and Houston are the 2 teams I watched a lot of in the regular season just because they were
Houston's
on TV.
legit.
I didn't think Houston was going to play a close game this entire tournament because
Yeah.
they are just fucking athletes and they swarm you on defense. But shout out to A&M. They look really good. I still got Houston in one of my brackets, UConn in the other. I know it really went out on a crazy limb there.
Wow,
I look
dude.
forward to winning $80 if
Your
I
bracket's not busted. You're saying?
Those 2 aren't, but like I don't even care. I did like a pick'em thing this year, and I was out of that day 2. Very sad. All in all, like the tournament's tough. People are pointing out that like the women's tournament has more buzz this year, and it absolutely does, especially after the Mulkey stuff.
Yeah.
You got the Caitlin Clark, you got Angel Reese.
Yeah. South Carolina is a juggernaut. They're
Yeah.
very, very good. Texas is 1 seed still in it.
Texas is
They
good.
took care of business the other night.
Baylor women's still in it.
Yesterday, I believe, was the game. So, yeah, weirdly, women's basketball is like
It's in a really good spot.
It's gaining popularity.
It has
I'm here
names.
for it.
It has names.
Yeah.
Speaking of names, I'd like to give you a name. Does the name Cordova?
Gus Cordova.
Gus Cordova.
Gus Cordova is a Austin native, Lake Travis
Lake
kid,
Travis.
Lake Travis defensive end, who is a college prospect, and he committed to USC over the weekend. Now, why does that matter? Well, this is the kid who we talked about it before. In high school, he had a teammate who had a severe peanut allergy, and it could have killed him. Like peanuts can kill the kid. Obviously, those you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he filled this kid's locker with peanuts, stuffed them in his cleats, and he opened his locker door, and peanuts just fell out everywhere, and he had to go to the hospital and receive immediate medical attention for that. Anyway, this kid was getting recruited quite a bit because he is a legit prospect. Like he has a future in football.
3-star. Did you think he was better than that? Because I did. Not that
Yeah,
that means he's
I
not going to
did.
be a good player, but I thought he was like a 4.
Texas offered him a lot of big programs offered the kid.
Oregon, Baylor was looking at him, USC, obviously.
And then it came out a few weeks ago that Steve Sarkisian and among other coaches realized that he had this story that had happened last year at school and stopped recruiting him, pulled the scholarship offer. Yeah, he committed to USC over the weekend.
Yeah, and you will be shocked to learn Twitter isn't handling this well, college football Twitter. A lot of people defending him, saying the kid didn't even go to the ER, but then a lot of people being like, of course, Lincoln Riley's taking this kid.
Yeah.
You know, he is I will say, men specifically, boys, under 18, really under 24, 25, very dumb.
Make some stupid decisions.
That one
Yeah.
is a very, very stupid decision.
I'm not ready to say this kid is like a lifelong piece of shit.
No.
When the story came out, it was revealed that so the kid who had the peanut allergy was talking to these guys about it, and apparently Cordova said, "Well, what happens if you touch peanuts or eat peanuts?" He said, "I could die." And after that is when he did the prank. So that's a little bit more damning than just like, oh, this kid has a peanut allergy, just go fuck with him. It's like, oh, this kid could actually die, and knowing that, you fill his
that's
locker with
tough.
peanuts. So it looks bad, and it is bad. Like the kid could have actually died.
Yeah.
But I'm also not willing to say like this kid is like belongs behind bars or anything like that. Like he made a really, really bad decision, and he might not be the worst person in the world.
No.
He might be, but he also might not be.
Yeah. To go as far putting peanuts in the cleats, come on, man.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad look.
That's insane. I just think of the Billy Madison scene where he opens his locker and O'Doyle had put hay in his locker and it just starts falling out. And he looks over, O'Doyle rules.
It's pretty innocent in comparison.
But then Billy tells him, O'Doyle, I got a feeling your whole family's going down one day.
And then
Turns out the O'Doyles did go down.
he drove over banana peel.
Which, yeah, unbeknownst to me, cause your vehicle to lose control.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen.
No, you don't.
Really? That's unbeknownst to you? How many times do you play Mario Kart?
That's a good point. man.
Wahoo! Let's just do Mario Kart noises the rest of the show. And then also, we'll finish it up here. Shedeur Sanders. You're telling me Shedur's got some harsh words, some tough words for our 6A Texas high school football brethren?
He made a pretty stupid comment, in my opinion.
Well, what did he say exactly?
I don't know the exact context or what was asked of him before he made these, but Colorado, they have spring football right now, and he did a little presser after a practice or something and mentioned about how he's a private school kid, went to private school, and so he didn't get the respect as a high school football player that some of the kids in bigger programs get, and he called out Texas high school football at the 6A level particularly, and said, I don't see these guys doing much with their programs,
So
which
I sent
really stupid.
I sent the clip to Randy. I just really want to see if we can end his day on a bang. We'll see if his computer explodes at his face.
And then people started pulling receipts and being like, well, here's a list of all the guys. Apparently 20% of the NFL Pro Bowl rosters are made up of Texas high school players or something ridiculous like that.
Let's see if Randy gives the quote. I feel like I feel like it wasn't as malicious as it came off.
It's really not that bad, but to call out Texas specifically, where high school football is very well known and it puts guys in the league on a routine basis.
All right, hang on.
You got the USB up?
It's Randy time.
All right, let's see.
I came from a private school, so at the end of the day, I dealt with a lot of negativity, a lot of hate, a lot of everything I done dealt with already year after year. I came from a small private school. All the other kids was going big Power 5, and they went to big 6A, Texas 6A schools and stuff. I don't see those same kids around. I don't see them excelling in their programs or whatever they're doing. So I've always been against the odds, like in different ways.
Yeah, I'm not like a Texas high school hardo or anything, but that's a pretty ignorant thing to say. There's a mountain of evidence to prove otherwise.
Dude, he sounds just like his dad, like his voice.
Yeah.
Which checks out, as it's his father.
I think he's just one of these I gotta have a chip on my shoulder kind of guys.
The great ones always are, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody pointed out that like half the two quarterbacks from the playoff last year, were Texas 6A.
Yeah.
6A is the big one, if you don't know. I'm sure people already know that. But no, that was just funny. I was like thinking, wait, what?
Did you
Who
see
is he talking about?
Dion's comments about
Yes.
Travis Hunter and Shador going in the draft?
I hate that shit.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Here's what he said. He said that his son, Shador, quarterback, and Travis Hunter, who plays receiver and cornerback for Colorado, who's a very, very good football player, obviously. Both of them are going at the latest 4th in the draft. He said one of them is going number 1. The other one will not last past 4.
Like 4th round or 4th pick?
4th pick.
Oh, buddy.
He said both of them will be top 4 picks, and one of them is going number 1 overall. And then he said, but if they are not picked by a team that I like or that we like, we're going to do an Eli situation, meaning they're going to refuse to go to that franchise.
Yeah, he said there's some cities that are there are no.
Yeah, he's going to blacklist of some cities here. Like, okay,
we just talked about this.
If I'm Travis Hunter, I'm
for
like
Caleb Williams.
Shut up.
Last week, yeah, no. First of all, you put them in a terrible spot because now this quote is associated to you, whether you feel that way or not.
And now, if you're drafting these kids or you're drafting Shador particularly, you're like, oh, I'm going to have to deal with Dion at the same time. I'll have this trying to develop this kid on my team. It's not the best look at all.
You're gonna have to deal with it if you slip because there's a really, really, really good chance that these two guys aren't both top 10 picks. In fact, that's not going to happen.
Do you know how hard? No, the chances of that happening are extremely small.
And I genuinely don't. I'm assuming Travis Hunter's the better prospect at this point. They've got one more year, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. This is their 3rd year.
Okay. I don't know. I really hate that. I hated it when Eli did it. We revisited it last week. The talk of Caleb Williams like potentially doing that. This is what RG3 last week said that he should do, and not go to Chicago. It's really annoying. But man, what is Dion? Why is he doing that?
He says a lot of dumb shit.
Why?
Like throwing his entire O-line under the bus, like 6 games into the season, was probably not the best thing to do.
God, but those first few games were electric.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really I don't want to root against these guys because like they both seem like good kids, but like the Dion angle, you're like, man, where am I supposed to go with this?
He's too hands-on.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say about a head coach.
No, it really is.
He's just doing too much.
Randy, give us the Ohtani update. Like what exactly? Just extrapolate like the big talking points.
The big talking points. I only have one source here. It's just pretty much who is the new interpreter. It's Will Iritan.
Oh, nice.
Pitcher. I don't know. He used to be a previous interpreter for Kenta Maeda. I don't know how to say his things. I'm not a sports guy. I used to intern for the Texas Rangers. Oh, that's all the update I have is just who the new person is. That's about it. Some guy named Will.
Yeah,
well, that's exciting.
I didn't think you were going to actually answer that.
I have one live update article.
Very cool.
From The Athletic, and that's it.
Okay.
Thanks, Randy.
KJ will be back next week. Any parting notes? Anything we missed? We want to get on here?
Man, I don't think
JJ
so.
McCarthy had a good pro day.
That's good.
Who's the Texas tight end that didn't?
JT Sanders.
Did we know anything like what happened there?
This was a 5-star kid coming out of high school who was turned into a really good tight end, like consensus number 2 behind Brock Bowers in the draft. He's had a shit pro day, man. He had his vertical, his 40 time was bad, flat out bad. Skilled though. I mean, he's a good receiver, catches the ball, runs good routes, but just not a superior athlete. It turns out he's going to slide a little bit.
Get your baseball jerseys ready. Opening day, Thursday.
Ooh, I'm like legit excited for baseball this year.
I was trying to think of a way I could end up going to because I'll be in the DFW for Easter.
Hey, do you want to take our sons to a game? I want to go up. I want to take Parks up there.
Yes,
I want him to experience a big league
I
game. He's never been.
do. I just worry Rhodes would be a little too.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go and then be like, oh, Rhodes is losing it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I hear
But
you.
yeah, I do. Maybe we do a Round Rock Express. It's still the.
It's nothing like a big league stadium. Though.
No, I know, but I want to gauge his his, because we've never done anything like that. But yes, I do want to. I want to go up for a game anyway. Like,
Be a real shame to catch the Oakland Athletics. See our boy, Brent.
I'll message.
That would be sick.
Let's look at the schedule. Let's find a day where we go up like a Wednesday night, maybe come back Thursday or Thursday.
Be
Usually
awesome.
those, I guess that series would probably start on a Thursday. But yeah, that'll be fun. We could maybe go to Dave and Buster's, have some non-alcoholic beers.
Oh shit.
Be sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fun show. KJ will be back next week. Randy, great work today.
Hey, boiler up.
Why don't you hit that gong for me one time, Daddy?
You know, we haven't said that too much dip can't have it. So here you are.
I want my chips
Thanks,
with the
Randy.
dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.